Okay, Trump 24 or before. What does that mean to you?
He's already president. He's already president. He's our president.
Meaning Donald Trump is president now.
He's president now. I believe he is.
But how would that work? Because Joe Biden has been the president, right?
Obama's been the president. Obama said that he would like to run a third term if he could sit in his basement and call the shots, and that's exactly what he's doing.
But you just said that it's Obama's third term, but also that Trump is president.
He's calling the shots at all this mess that's going on right now and all the disasters that he's caused. Yeah.
But how is Obama calling the shots if Trump is still president?
Obama is sitting back and telling Biden what to do.
Well, what is Biden if he's not the president?
He's a bumbling fool right now.
But why would it matter if Obama was telling Biden what to do if Biden's not president?
Say that again.
Why would it matter if Obama was telling Biden what to do if Biden wasn't president?
You know, if the good liars had simply tried to tell this extremely confused Trump supporter that her belief that Obama, Biden, and Trump are all the active president at the same time is a ridiculous thought, she'd blow him off as having Trump derangement syndrome. But when you ask a few follow-up questions based strictly on the logic that MAGA has, they might begin to realize that they're being played by the guy that's just as puzzled as she is.
And Putin, has so little respect for Obama that he's starting to throw around the nuclear word to her. You heard that, nuclear. Will repeat your... Anytime I start talking, they take the red light off. Look, he can't campaign. He can't speak. So we call it migrant crime. I came up with that name because I come up with a lot of good names. You see Maduro, Venezuela, it's unbelievable. Is going to the border, doing a show, Sean Hannity, good man Sean Hannity. We'll demolish the deep state. We will expel the warmongers. Production in the United States. Country, even Argentina, they went MAGA. You know Argentina, great guy. He's a big Trump guy. He loves Trump. I purposely mix up like a name like Birdbrain. You know who Birdbrain is? But you know what? So you interchange them, and then they go out with stories.
By the way, he claimed he was joking or making a point by confusing Biden and Obama to cover up his confusion, which ironically causes minions' brains to malfunction as well, as we already saw. So to make things even worse, though, he's also selectively confused about whether or not he should be above the law.
But I don't want to be prosecuted because I decided to do something that is very much for the good of the country and actually for the good of the world. A president shouldn't have that on his mind, and he has to have a free and clear mind when he makes very big decisions. Or it's going to be nothing more than a ceremonial post. You'll be president, it'll be a wonderful thing, and you won't do anything because you don't want to be hit by your opponent or hit by somebody else, because who wants to leave office and go through what I've gone through?
He's looking pretty worried there, like the former president's feeling the pressure of his actions beginning to weigh down on him. And since he's never really had to deal with consequences, the prospect of it is probably brand new to him. Also, he finally won something other than delays in court. So now he's praising this one ruling on his ballot removal case as if it applies to all the other criminal cases that he's been railing on the judicial system over. Former Republican Congressman Trey Gowdy tried to give him a little bit of advice on how to act.
In this particular instance, he was politically targeted. And he can safely say that is the unanimous opinion of the U.S. Supreme Court, including justices that otherwise do not like me and will not vote for me. I would encourage him to do something that he doesn't often do, which is show humility, because there are other decisions that are coming that he may not agree with. I don't think he's going to win the presidential immunity case before the court. So, it's confusing when you say, I love you on one day and I hate you the next. Show a little restraint when you win and show a little restraint when you don't win.
It's good advice, but since Trump's objective is to portray himself as an infallible entity, he responds aggressively to everything, hoping to keep that image alive. But it might be damaged if Gowdy is right about his attempt to ignore the rule of law that the Republican Party claims to uphold.
Argue the merits of it. This was not a close case, and anyone who listened to oral argument knows that. But neither is the presidential immunity. I don't think that one's going to wind up being close either in the other direction.
Why do you say that?
because I don't think I think we are a country where we fundamentally reject the notion that anyone is above the law, and the notion that you can somehow silence your political opponents and escape criminal culpability unless you are impeached. I don't know. I had one of the president's lawyers on my show last night. They're now changing the argument. That's not really what we meant, but that's what they said before the Supreme Court. And that's an argument most Americans reject. We are a nation of laws, not a nation of men and women, and we hold that sacrosanct. And when you put people above the law, lots of us kind of raise our eyebrows on both sides of the aisle.
I think he's beginning to realize it, because the more that even Republicans finally find out how extreme his stances are surrounding his desire to be dictator of the country, the more that people like Gowdy are forced to push back on it. But for every one conservative that recognizes just how un-American Trump is, there's 5 more that are willing to drop to their knees and worship his desire to rule over them.
Permit me to say this, is that joke between the scientist and God, where they each say, oh, the scientist says, I can make my own man. All right, we'll start with the dirt here. And then God says, hold on, find your own dirt. And I found like that's what Trump was saying. He's like, you know what? My policies are the reason why this country worked. My policies are the reasons why people were safer at the southern border. So you want to get somewhere? Use my policies. It's okay, right? And I thought what was interesting about him today, I wrote down measured. He was authoritative, he was firm. And he, unlike 46, said, I have great respect for the Supreme Court justices. He said this is a big step toward unification, and it was refreshing to hear a president that spoke highly and in great reverence, and rightly so, for the Supreme Court decision.
Kim. So good. What I love about him, he never plays the victim. He was like, keep weaponizing me. I just keep winning. Never plays the victim. I thought he was super presidential today.